I've never hacked my horse out in an inflatable suit, never mind in the high peaks, so let's go. We had so much fun, yet so much went wrong. We overcame it all, so I'm going to show you everything, and hopefully that'll help somebody who wants to do this too, I guess. I do need to do a slight disclaimer to say that not every horse is okay with an inflatable suit. I know that Earl and Belle are showing you that they just don't care. They're both used to Molly and I doing stupid things. It's how we made friends. Other horses were absolutely not okay with it, even by us just walking past them. So please make sure your horses are okay with your inflatables if you do bring them anywhere near them, or just don't do it if you want and just live vicariously through us doing stupid things. That's totally fine with me. So we were off, and if you saw our last video, we went straight in the school, which wasn't actually planned. We did it as a precaution to make sure the horses would be alright seeing another Santa. So schooling in here was actually a safety precaution of going out on the hack because it was a really cold day. Both horses were freshly clipped. I don't even know what was going through our minds when we thought, this is a really great idea. To our surprise, the horses were so good in the school. We acted like it was just our warm-up and then we headed off. There was one thing that I did not think about when I was going to ride in this suit, and that was the fact it has no pockets. Molly opted for the equestrian pocket, which means it's down the side of your boot, whereas I chose not to take the risk. I ride with ankle boots and half chaps. I actually do not own a pair of long boots. Do I need to remind you that it was freezing cold and Earl was freshly clipped? I'm not taking the risk, okay? So we started off on the journey. We came across one of the things that I always have trouble with, and that is Earl walking a lot faster than most horses. Not that he's gigantic or anything, it's just he has a big stride, he's very forward going, and here, Belle's a pony. Not only this, if you're not new here, you'll know that we've had napping issues in the past, and still do every now and then. I've worked very hard on Earl going forwards rather than stopping or going backwards, so I just made sure that Molly knew that we weren't being rude, and if we did end up ahead, we'd practice parking. So, let's hit the road. We have a special team with us called Duncan and Pip. Duncan is Molly's partner. There he is up ahead with his bike. Pip is not the bike. Pip is the dog having a poo, apparently. What? Didn't obviously notice that when I was trimming the clips, but they said I can leave it in. So Duncan and Pip were like my guardian angels at one point, and you will see that later. First, you need to know about the pigs. So down this hillside to your right, it goes all the way across. And as soon as you go through this gate that we go through in a minute, they're up towards the left-hand side, up the hillside too. I didn't know this, so I'm assuming other people don't know this, but did you know that horses are very commonly scared of pigs? I asked about this online and a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's because it dates back to when boars would like come and attack them and things like that. But I did a bit of digging myself and found out that apparently pigs are a sensory overload for horses. Pigs are not a common animal that horses come across. They make very odd sounds and they smell weird. Horses are sensitive to sounds and scents. And Earl is a sensitive soul in general, so Earl was not happy about these pigs. He had to get nannied through this gate by Belle. And whilst he happily did that, and honestly, had I known how upset he was going to be about the pigs on the way back, I probably would have said, okay, let's not go. But equally, we did overcome every hurdle on this journey, which I will show you later. Here, Molly was vlogging and Earl was just so upset with being behind. So I just asked if we could just pass her rather and just let him calm down. And that's exactly what we did. You know, you've got to do what's right for your horse, and forwards is the way to go for Earl. He's never going to bolt with me or anything like that. I know him well enough. So I knew that all he wants to do is walk this off. He just wants to get away from the pigs, and now is not the time to be trying to desensitize him with the pigs. Did you see how many there were? I'm in a Santa suit, okay? It's not the time. But what I did do was just try to get him to stand still here, and he wasn't too happy about it, so I just kept him moving and just saying to him it's okay. Because Duncan actually wanted to come past, and you can see here by Earl's body, like, he was not happy about having to wait. If you're new here, I'm Sam from Sam and Earl of TikTok. I've been sharing my journey to eventing for the past nearly 4 years on TikTok. We share our viral grooming routines because he is the grubbiest grey you've ever met, and everything equestrian, including, well, our whole journey, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Earl, well, he was produced to event originally, then I don't know where he was, but ended up in hunting, and when I got him, he had been a huntmaster for many years. He is incredibly brave when he is on the job, but he also sometimes gets scared of a crisp packet, okay? He's a sensitive soul, and you know what? We work together to try and overcome things together. So where some people might say that, oh my god, he's so scary, he's so not, like, misbehaved, I don't see this as misbehaving. Like, he's genuinely scared of those pigs, and it wound him up, and it made him really worried, and it was my job to calm him down. Like, I've put him in this situation, you know? He was unsure about this moment, and I just tried to give him the time to kind of process what's going on, whilst also asking him to go in the direction that we wanted. But you can see I'm not being harsh in any way. Yes, I am riding with a crop, but you don't see me use it at any stage. I very, very rarely use a crop. I just bring it, like, just in case I need to back up my leg. Eventually, Earl was happy to go. You see, he like plants his feet here, and then I just let him have a minute, and then I ask him to move forward, and he does, because he trusts me. And the reason that I'm leaving this in is because if you're not new here, you'll see that this is huge progress for Earl and for me. I'm not flapping around, freaking out or anything. I'm staying really calm and quiet with him. I mean, I know there's no audio there, but I don't have any audio to show you, or I would. But I'm sure you can see by my demeanour like that we're totally fine and quiet and calm. But Earl previously would have pop up and span like constantly. His go-to move is to rear. And my go-to move used to be, I don't know, cry, freak out a bit. Like I wasn't really sure. I didn't trust him. I was so frightened. I was severely overhorsed. And I've dedicated like nearly 4 years just trying to learn to become good enough for Earl. And I can confidently tell you I trust this horse with my life. We had so many gaits on this journey, okay? And Duncan was such a legend. He did like 99% of them. And that's not to say that we can't do gaits. You'll see in a second I do a gait right here. But if your friend is on the ground and they're willing, then why not, right? But I did try to make the effort just to do a few if I did get to them first, because I don't actually come across that many gaits other than our yard one. Okay, we'll have to tell you about this because there was an entire field of horses to our right and they were so intrigued by us. Like, what do you do in this situation? I didn't expect this. I had no idea there's going to be an entire field of horses staring at us. All I could think is, please don't set off, because I don't want anyone to break a leg because they're scared of the Santa suits, you know? But other than them being a bit wild at first by seeing us, they all stopped. And honestly, they all came right over, as you can see, and they just stood and watched us go past. It was like they were like, Santa, is that you? And they did nothing. It was so cute. If you've seen any of our YouTube videos so far, our lesson with Lucinda, or even our hacking vlog, you'll know that we've been working on parking, and you should be very proud of Earl at this moment in time, because I really am. I parked so many times on this hack, because obviously we kept ending up ahead by accident sometimes, and other times we were letting Duncan through and, you know, stopping for people. Earl's usually very good for stopping for people and also for traffic. He's absolutely brilliant. But it's like he knows if there's no traffic there or you're not at a junction and he has to wait. He's just too smart. It is annoying because it means that he lacks a lot of patience. So we've been working on this, and I would urge you to go and watch my lesson with Lucinda. It was my first ever YouTube video, so not very long ago, so you should be able to find it. And she talked about the importance of parking and how it will help us become good eventers. Just think wax on, wax off Karate Kid if you're anywhere near my age. If you have no idea what I just spoke about, then just go watch the video, okay? Keep watching and we're gonna get to our destination. This is our destination, Lantern Pike. And I know, you can't really see much because it's really cloudy, but don't worry, we're about to get a much better view. But first, let me explain what this beautiful hillside is. It's considered a continuation of Kinder Scout. In its own right, Lantern Pike is a really popular walk. I grew up in the Peak District, and I have spent a lot of time out on these hills walking, but I've never brought a horse up here, so it was actually really exciting to me. Checked out girths, did an intro, and we were about to set off, but the view's kind of bad from here, so let's go up. So Belle stopped and I did not know why. I thought, oh my god, has something gone wrong? I was shouting across to Molly in our Santa suits, which you cannot hear anything from because of the fans. And she said, yeah, Belle just wasn't comfortable for a moment, so we just stopped rather. Shall we just start again? And so we decided to walk down and take in all the views and just go again, so enjoy the views. In a call talking about like planning for the season ahead, and we were talking about getting our fitness levels up, and all I can think watching this back is imagine having this as your playground. This is where you get your fitness levels up to go eventing. I feel like I need to come back. But first it was time for round 2. felt kind of on par with going cross country because, I mean, look where we are. It was so good, and seeing dog walkers as we galloped past in Santa suits was just so funny. And Belle on the way back down was hilarious. You can see Earl clocking the drone there. How funny is that? Horses can get quite spooked by drones. I guess it's because their hearing's quite sensitive, so they do hear the noise. So even though we don't think that they're that loud, they might think they're a lot more loud and maybe think they're about to come eat them. Belle got bouncy on the way back down, and apparently this is quite normal for her. I guess it's hard when your horse knows what they're doing. They've been here so many times, right? And they've just had so much fun. So she was fully on it, and it was so funny because on the way there, I kept obviously leaving her behind, and on the way back, not once was she lagging, let me tell you. Now, the route home was the route we came, and that's because there is a circular route, but it was going to take too long, and of course, we wanted to be back before it got too dark out here. We're in the sticks. There are no streetlights, and we were just chilling on the way home, chatting.
At least it's not raining.
Yeah, it's not long.
I wanted to see these on the way down.
Jingle bells.
And then we saw the pig.
Come on. Walk on, Earl. No. You're scared.
It's okay, I just need to get my big pants on. Walk on. Walk on.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, don't move back, don't move back. He's coming with you.
It's okay. You just go ahead and he'll walk behind you.
He wants to be with you, Duncan. Walk on.
He's like, Duncan is saviour. Walk on. You're okay.
Sorry.
So every time Duncan moves back, Earl panics. You're okay, it's just a pig. It's just a pig. Boy.
Sorry about that, folks.
He's very frightened of the pig. Oh, I know. It's okay. Oh. All right, Earl. Ooh. It's okay. Good lad. There you go. Good boy. You know? Oh, you're okay. Don't worry. All right. Oh, I know. It's okay. Breathe out. Breathe out, Earl. You're fine. I just didn't want to squish Pip. I was like, Jesus Christ. It's quite narrow up there, you know. Hello.
Not scared.
Very scared.
Hello.
Earl's breathing sounded like a volcano erupting just then. I was worried about him. He didn't breathe like that when he went past them the first time, but he was okay when Duncan and Pip came to our rescue. Molly's beard had her looking like something out of The Handmaid's Tale. She looked so funny. And then me, well...
I'm a skinny Santa now. I couldn't reach my phone and Josh was calling me, so I had to deflate myself.
Earl was on edge on the way back, but once he kind of realised we'd turned home, I think he calmed down a lot more. We passed the spooky house that we'd passed on the way there, and I think Earl was trying to make sure that there were no pigs in there either. But we headed home without any problems until I got back there. I know, more drama! Yep, it is me after all. We don't do things by halves, okay?
My legs should not be there, I know. It's just comfortable, okay? Leg rotation. Just doing a stir.
So we ventured home and everyone lived happily ever after. Oh wait, no, sorry, I told you something went wrong, right? So long story short, my windscreen wipers got stuck across the windscreen. The rain was drizzling, that fine drizzle that just gets you completely soaked, and the fog was so thick we couldn't see a thing. It was not worth the risk trying to get home. It was Christmas Eve, and we live an hour and a half from this place when I'm towing, so I ended up having to leave the Land Rover there over Christmas. And the only thing I filmed out of all of it was this.
Oh, this is how my night's ending, being picked up by my fiance. because we got stranded.
Just like to say huge thank you to Molly and Belle's entire yard. Every single person in one way or another helped us get home. They let me leave my car there over Christmas. They offered to even keep Earl overnight. They were honestly the most welcoming and kind and supportive people that you could ever wish to be stranded with. And so that's the end of Christmas carnage. I am not sorry to say goodbye to the Santa suit, mostly because of the hours of editing this has taken. It feels like Vlogmas but in mid-January. It feels wrong. So what's next? How about falling off a Grand Prix show jumper?